Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the YouTube world, CJ Rose is back in the building. Welcome back to the channel, live and direct, live in effect. Make sure you subscribe to find out what's next. We are here. All right. So it's been rumors going around all day, news being reported all day that WWE will be doing their, I guess we can call this routine of batch of releases. Another batch of releases. This will legit be the third time this year WWE has had a batch of releases. Because let's take into an understanding of who they released this year. They released the Iconics, Samoa Joe, Aleister Black, Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman. Those are some big names to be released. Murphy as well. Sorry, let me give my respect to Murphy and other people that I can't really think on top of my head. But those were like the big names to be released. So now, who the hell can WWE release now? Let's find out. Okay. So there are supposedly a good amount of people here. All right. All right. So I'm going to go through this list, but I'm going to go through it where... because there's a couple people I don't know. And then, of course, there's a couple people I do know. And, of course, there's two people I got to talk about in particular. So let's get into it. All right. So, first off, Jesse Camilla. Yeah, I don't know who that is. That was probably a developmental prospect. Zendaya Ramir, probably same thing. Trey Baxter. That name strikes me. But I think that was another one. Katrina Cortez and Jet Rama. I think all those were developmental prospects. So they didn't even get time on TV yet. Maybe one of them did. I think Trey Baxter probably did. I don't remember off the top of my head. But either way, all developmental prospects. Barely got any time to do anything. So boom, they're released. All right. So there's a couple people that we do know. For instance, Harry Smith. If you don't know what Harry Smith is, that's the son of the British Bulldog who, in his first stint in WWE, won the Unified Tag Team Championships with Tyson Kidd as part of the Hart Dynasty, which were, by understanding, were a very good tag team at the time. They were a very good tag team. I really wish they actually had a lot more time together. But I believe Davey Boy Smith got hurt first. Then Tyson teamed up with Cesaro in time. And then, Tyson actually teamed up with Justin Gabriel, then teamed up with Cesaro. Then he won Tag Team Championship Gold with him. It was this whole thing. Then Davey Boy Smith got hurt. Then he got released, I think, years later. And then he got re-signed, I believe, earlier this year or earlier last year. Or sometime last year or sometime this year. And he was supposed to make a comeback, but never did. So that was just complete waste of a signing. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. Mia Yim got released. So she had to deal with being part of Retribution, which was a fail. Be part of Reckoning. Have the embarrassment of her mask taken off on live television. Not seen after that for months and months and months. Get drafted to Raw earlier last month in the draft. Thought she was gonna make a comeback as Mia Yim. Come to find out, she gets released. When you need women and you're fucking it up. WWE, y'all. WWE. Let's see. Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. So those two were actually a tag team part of Lucha House Party. That's another tag team gone. You need tag team. Granted, they weren't doing anything and they have never done anything to begin with. But my lord, like, you could at least use them for the tag team division, something. But no, you just let them go. All right. Okay. Actually, I think Grand Metalik, if I'm not mistaken, he asked for his release too. So he got his wish, I guess. B-Fab. You would know B-Fab from Hit Row, who got drafted to SmackDown. I don't know if they plan to use that woman for wrestling purposes on the main roster. I really, really, really hope not. You could have kept her as a manager. That would have been fine. Hit Row was actually something. Now, without B-Fab, which I don't know. I don't know, but that just, it looks weird now. God damn. Yo, this just make no sense, bro. Frankie Monet, who I believed was going to have a push. She came from Impact, if I'm not mistaken. So she was supposed to have a push. Never did. So she only had that one match with Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship, which was an okay match. And since then, hasn't done anything. Good stuff. All right. Let's see who else. Ember Moon. Ember Moon, who is probably one of the most talented women on the roster, gone. Why? You tell me. First of all, you bring her to the main roster. She doesn't do anything on the main roster. Then you demote her back to NXT, and she doesn't do anything in NXT, but maybe become one half of the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. And then after that, had a random match with Raquel Gonzalez, and then after that, hasn't done anything since. So it's like, what are you doing? God. Okay. Eva Marie. My question is, what was the purpose of even bringing her back to begin with? What was the purpose of bringing her back? Because you weren't doing anything with her to begin with. Then I believe she left the company, went on to do bigger and better, better things. I don't know about bigger and better, but better things. She comes back, looks amazing. She looked amazing. Her appearance looked good. But other than that, her ring presence was still not there. It was still garbage. You pair up with Piper from NXT, from UK. That becomes a what the hell. She has a match with Alexa. Stop. Okay. She has a match with Bliss at SummerSlam, which was not a great match at all. And then from there, she gets injured by Shayna Baszler and hasn't been seen for the last couple of weeks. And then from there, you release her. So what was the point of bringing her back? I have no idea, because she did nothing. She did nothing. Okay. All right. God. Nia Jax is actually interesting. Nia Jax is actually really interesting. I thought Nia Jax was going to be one of those people that Vince actually keeps. I thought she had like that Big Show type of ironclad. What I mean by that is when the Big Show went to AEW last year, nobody really saw that coming. When that news broke, everybody was surprised as hell, because we thought he was WWE for life. But he went to AEW. So it was like, oh, damn, the Big Show leaving. That's actually kind of crazy. So for Nia Jax to get released is actually crazy, because I thought Vince would keep her around. But to get rid of a former Raw Women's Champion, you need women on this roster, because your women's division is so thin that it's like, who the hell can you use? Why are you getting rid of Nia Jax for? I'm confused at that. But I let it be. I say, okay. All right. Who else? Who else? There's one more name before I have to cover the two. Oh, Scarlet. Scarlet gets released. Why? I can't begin to tell you why. Maybe Vince didn't like her ring, her ability in ring. And based on what I heard about her, she isn't really that good in the ring. Which means you could have kept her where she was to begin with Karrion Kross. But Vince was like, no, let's let her wrestle. Let's do that. If you know she has bad reviews, why the hell are you even giving her a chance in the ring? You should have just kept her with Karrion Kross and called it a day. Why are you clamoring for something that you know is not going to be right? There was no point to break them up. God damn it, man. Stupid. Now, let's get into the big names that need to be discussed. All right. The two that I have, that hit me right here. Okay. Number one was Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross is released from WWE. Why? I don't know. I don't know about any of these. I'm not sure. Karrion Kross is actually Karrion Kross is a very much out of nowhere type of thing. Because Vince was the one clamoring for Karrion Kross to be on the main roster. Because apparently he liked what he was doing in NXT, which makes sense because Triple H actually had the right formula for him. So obviously, yeah, you're going to like what you see. Because obviously Triple H has an eye for the business. Duh. So obviously you're going to like what you see. The problem is that when Karrion Kross made it to the main roster, you from out the gate screwed him up. Number one, you shortened his entrance, so his entrance looks bad. So his entrance wasn't like it was in NXT. Number two, you took away Scarlet from him. So you took something that made him what he was. Because without Scarlet, Karrion, it just looks naked, bro. Like, it looks weird. Without his wife, his real life wife. Okay. And then number three, when you made him job out to Jeff Hardy in less than a minute and a half, less than a minute. No disrespect to Jeff Hardy. You already know how I feel about Jeff Hardy, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But for you to job him out that early makes no sense. That really makes no sense. And then from there, he got a couple wins, some good wins against Jeff. He got his revenge against Jeff Hardy. He beat Keith Lee. He beat John Morrison. He beat, I forgot who else he beat. Did he beat Rey Mysterio? I don't know if he beat Rey Mysterio. But he beat a couple people. Okay. He's building the momentum. All right. Just patiently sitting there waiting for what's going to happen. All right. Then, after SummerSlam weekend, because TakeOver was on the same weekend. It was actually on that Sunday. Karrion Kross lost the NXT championship to Samoa Joe. Then the next night, you got Karrion Kross coming out here looking like a sex slave. With a helmet, suspenders, all that. I'm looking at this like, what the hell? Because now, Vince has 100% control of him. So he can do whatever he wants. So now, we're looking at Karrion Kross like, what the hell is this? What are you doing to him? What is this? You know what I'm saying? It looks bad now. So now, after that, still gets a couple wins. So he's gaining momentum. Then he's cutting these weird, robotic, generic promos that we're just like, what the hell is he saying? What are you making him say? And then we haven't seen him in weeks. And then now, boom, off TV. If you're going to ask for somebody off NXT, leave them the way that they are. Because obviously you wanted them for a reason. You don't look at NXT programming and say to yourself, huh, I like him. I want him. Okay. Keep him the way he is. Don't change anything. Because obviously, he is over because of what he's doing now. So keep what he got now. And then, boom. Bring him here and let the audience decide. Let the audience decide. You didn't do that. Instead, you screwed him up, and now he looked like what the hell is this? Like, that was... Karrion Kross was getting released was stupid. Honestly, all these were stupid. Now, the one that hit me the hardest, and I think we all understand who hit me the hardest. I think we all know who hit me right here. I think we all know. Keith Lee getting released. Did y'all see it coming? Listen, the way they did him, it's something that I'm not surprised at, but I'm still upset that it happened. Because Keith Lee getting released made no absolute sense. It's sad because Keith Lee had an interview, I think, about a week or two ago. And he was legit explaining, man, I don't got a character. I don't got an identity. You know, this Bearcat character is giving me an identity. It's making me feel like I'm actually have a place on this roster now. Yeah. Let me explain to you how Keith Lee started out. Keith Lee started out on the right foot. On the right foot. He interrupted Randy Orton, a main event player. Perfect, because Keith Lee has main event written all over him. I'm fine with that. I am cool with that. No problem. One mistake they did, they got rid of his entrance. They gave him some generic-ish. I mean, granted, I was all the things with CFO, so I understand that. But regardless, why'd you give him that generic theme? That looked weird. That's number one. Number two, this man's attire looked wrong. Like, what the hell was Keith Lee wearing? I don't understand. Man just came out wearing suspenders. There was one point he was walking out looking like a half-naked gladiator. I don't understand that. I'm glad they changed that off and just gave him his little hoodie. But still, regardless, that was all off. What else they did? At Payback, the week after SummerSlam last year, he beat Randy Orton clean. I was like, okay, we're on the right path here. All right, cool. All right, cool. We're on the right path. All right. Then Keith Lee he's here, then he's not here, then he's here, then he's not here. They gave him a different theme, which I digged. I liked the theme that they gave him. Then once again, he was here, then not here, then not here. Then at the beginning of this year, he had a WWE Championship match. Good match. Okay, he lost. Then after that, he wasn't seen for months. We didn't know why. We thought Vince was holding him down. Instead, it wasn't Vince. It was the fact that he was fighting for his life. Literally fighting for his life. So now we're like, oh, okay. Oh, damn, we didn't know that. We're glad to see. We're glad that you're healthy, 100%. That same week that he said that, no, either the same week or week prior to that, he made his return against Lashley, who was the WWE champion. He lost. I guess probably jobbed out because he didn't really do that much, really, but he got jobbed out, so it kind of sucks. But we're like, okay, at least Keith Lee's back. Let's see what they do with him. He wasn't seen for weeks. Then we see him against Karrion Kross. He loses. Then he gets a rematch the next week. Then he wins. Then we don't see him again for so long. And then he comes back with a whole new gimmick, pretty much almost a whole new name called Bearcat Lee. Okay. that pretty much was it was supposed to be a tribute to I forgot, was it Bearcat? Damn, off the top of my head. It's like Bearcat Smith or something. But it was an old African American wrestler named Bearcat. It was supposed to be a tribute to him. It supposedly was Keith's idea, but listen, if you're gonna call yourself Bearcat, that's a weird name, and that's something Vince thrives on, is weirdness. So with that being said, boom, there you go. Then from there, he was doing main event. Then he made one appearance on Raw. He killed Tozawa, like legit killed that man. Then we saw him a couple weeks ago against Cedric Alexander, buried Cedric Alexander. We thought he was going to face Shelton Benjamin, but no, that never happened. We just didn't see him for weeks, and then after that, boom, he's released. So it's like, I don't know specifically what we're doing in terms of all this, but it's kind of stupid. Because if you really think about it, all the people that got really released, all of them came from NXT. All of them came from NXT. And then had their troubles on the main roster. Probably the only person that kind of had success on the main roster was Nia Jax. Because Nia Jax did become the Raw Women's Champion at WrestleMania. So she's probably the only one with some type of success. But other than that, nobody else on that roster, nobody else that got released had nothing to them. Not one. There were a couple that didn't even make it to television. So it's like Vince just has his own vision for these guys, and Triple H has his. And when he creates the vision, Vince sees it, he takes them to the main roster and then just shuffles them into his own picture. And then boom, his picture, unfortunately, is messed up. So now we look at it as, okay, what is the point? What is the use? You know what I'm saying? But, yeah. This is the third wave of releases this year. It's November. We didn't even, December's right around the corner, bro. You can just blink and it's gonna be right around the corner. And it sucks. But listen, it is what it is, man. I wish nothing but the best for everybody. Honestly, I said it before. If Keith Lee ever got released, AEW could pick him up. Please pick him up. Please pick him up. Please. I need Keith Lee on my television screen. I need him to be treated like a big deal. Hopefully he is. Karrion Kross, actually, bring Scarlet with you. Go back to Killer Kross, bro. We need Killer Kross. Because there's nothing else. Nia Jax, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen with Nia Jax. I wish her the best. Because I actually is probably the one that kind of surprised me the most was Nia Jax being released. I don't know what the hell Eva Marie got her own workout thing. She good. Ember Moon, go to AEW. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever y'all do, I wish y'all the best. Yeah, future I shouldn't say that. But I wish y'all the best. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should ever lose their job. Especially in this fashion of what the hell is this? But it is what it is, man. Hope they find jobs. Hopefully they turn up on TV soon. I think all of them got a 30-day clause. So I know Scarlet has a 30-day non-compete clause. So I think all of them do as well. So give it a month and we'll see where they end up. And it is what it is. It's been Rose, man. Thanks for watching. Thank you for all the love support. As always, it's a pretty long video, but I had to make sure my opinions were out there because this is just beyond stupid. But it is what it is, man. So until next time, peace, love, 100. Yeah.